Well, I'm Marlena Akhbari. I'm the chair of the Finance and Financial Services Department in the Soin College of Business. It's a position I've held for going on 4 years now, and I'm pleased to be here today to share some of our great new things with you. If you think about the essence of economic development, you might consider there are actually two factors. One is human capital and one is financial capital. The human capital we need to come up with productive ideas and then implement them. And of course, the financial capital we need to finance them and pay for them. So you might think of the finance discipline as having a vital and important role in all of Ohio's economy. In our department, we consider our product, what we're trying to turn out, our students who are that part of that human capital, part of the equation, that are ready to hit the ground running, that have the necessary strategic decision-making skills, and of course the financial knowledge to help both businesses and individuals make good decisions and employ their capital appropriately, their financial capital. So that means that our biggest effort here has been in designing what we consider to be a model curriculum to try to address those needs. If you look around at some of the businesses in the Dayton area, you'll find many of our graduates. In the banking industry, we have several leadership roles in banking. Ron Amos at U.S. Bank, Ron Cloyd at Huntington Bank. There are many, many others in the banking industry that are our graduates. If you look at a corporate setting, we have people at LexisNexis, people at Teradata, people at DP&L, people at Oracle. We are very pleased to have people in leadership roles in a lot of different organizations, not to mention Wright Air Force Base. And then if you look at asset management, we have a number of different large employers in the area. James Investment Research, Ubel Brady Sutman, Merrill Lynch, UBS. These people are all employing our students as analysts. And finally, for planners, I'm actually going to have a couple of planners for you to meet with later. And they are Dave Smith of Smith & Moses, who is both a graduate of ours and an employer of our graduates, and Jay Buckingham from Buckingham Financial, who also enjoys the same description or distinction.
We formed the organization back in 1991, myself and Forrest Moses and another gentleman who since has left the firm, and all of us have gone through the Wright State program, financial services program, and been fortunate enough to have a good 20 years worth of operations here, both in Vandalia and in the Beaver Creek office. I'm a 1986 graduate from Wright State University, one of the first graduating classes in the financial services program, which I'm real happy to say and very proud to say as well. The program itself identifies exactly what we do here. The program covers all the major disciplines of financial planning, whether it's from estate planning to insurance planning to risk management, investment planning, and with that in mind, to be able to get a graduate from Wright State to come into this organization, they are vastly ahead of most graduates relative to what we do than any other program that we've seen locally. I think Wright State Business School, and in particular the financial services program, has a better understanding of what we do here. And in particular, when I look for a student or look for an intern, they understand what I'm looking for.
Well, since my name is Jay Buckingham, I am the founder of Buckingham Financial Group, and Buckingham Financial Group is an independent SEC registered investment advisory firm. I feel actually Wright State University has been a big part of our success here. At this office, Buckingham Financial Group, we've been able to utilize the students while they're going through school, and also when they graduate, we make offers to several of them. At this time, we have two senior positions from Wright State University, and over my time working so closely with the university, I know of at least 4 or 5 others perhaps that are throughout the community that started here, but they decided that they wanted to be more specialized in certain areas. Wright State University students, while they're going through the school, they're learning the basics of financial planning. I feel when they graduate, they have an advantage over many other people who are wanting to enter into financial planning. They understand the components of putting together a plan based upon some simple tax returns information, also the asset allocation, and they do focus also on cash flow. So by working with a Wright State University graduate, I can automatically know that that person is up to a higher level than someone else that I would be bringing into this office who really doesn't have those basic skills.
My name is Tom Young, and I'm a Senior Vice President, Wealth Management at Morgan Stanley, and former Board of Trustees member of Wright State University. I look at the School of Finance as the core of creating jobs, not a satellite, but a core of creating jobs in this region and for the state of Ohio. I'm extremely excited about how Wright State plays a role in this region, in this state, and even in a bigger picture, the whole country. Specifically the School of Business, and more importantly, the School of Finance. The ability, the extraordinary ability that the School of Finance has in educating strategic decision-making students who are well prepared to hit the ground running, to work in any of the financial services industry, from brokerage firm, money management, banking. We're ready. Our students graduate, they're ready to hit the ground running.
Basically, I feel like we have developed a student product, if you want to call it that actually does hit the ground running.
When people look at Wright State University, the School of Business and the School of Finance, what they need to look at is a finished product. We have a finished product here that they can access and employ, and that they can fill a void immediately in the financial services industry.
Look at the studies. The financial services industry demographically is going to expand. Whether or not we're going to be there to be able to capture or not is dependent upon how well it's handled within the particular region. And Wright State's positioned uniquely because of being one of the first financial services programs on a 4-year curriculum basis and one of the oldest programs in the country. So by design, you have a growing demographic base that's getting tremendously older, that needs a higher degree of need of financial services products and advice. You've got a university on the other side that's uniquely positioned to be able to provide the educational base for that particular need. Those two together will be able to foster more growth within the region when it comes to jobs.
With my own experience being in the community as an employer, I can honestly say I think Wright State means jobs and creates jobs in the community. Knowing again that I am very pleased of hiring Wright State students, and I believe once I hire them, they're going to create jobs by their own personal needs and issues.